Has it ever happened to you, waking up and realizing you're awake, fully awake, but your body doesn't get the message? People describe sleep paralysis like it's just a glitch in the system, a harmless overlap between dreaming and waking. But no one ever mentions the part that makes it feel personal, like whatever lives in your nightmares doesn't always stay on the dream side of the door. It only started for me during a week I barely slept. I was in my last semester of college, drowning in exams and caffeine, the kind of exhaustion that makes the days smear together. I remember falling into bed with my laptop still open and my desk lamp still on, telling myself I'd close my eyes for 10 minutes. The next thing I knew, I was staring at the ceiling. I could see everything. The lamp was off now, and the room was dark, except for that thin strip of light under my bedroom door, the kind you get when someone's up late in the hallway. I could hear the soft tick of the radiator and the distant hum of the fridge. And I couldn't move. Not my fingers, not my legs, not even enough to shift my weight. The only thing that worked was my eyes, sliding around the room like they were searching for an instruction manual. At first, I thought I was still waking up, that my body was just heavy. But the longer it went on, the more wrong it felt. My chest rose and fell, but it felt like the air was thick, like breathing through a blanket. Then, I noticed the closet. The door wasn't wide open. It was cracked, just a couple of inches. I always shut it, always. I'm the kind of person who checks the stove twice before leaving the house. I don't leave doors half open without noticing. I tried to tell myself it didn't matter, that I could deal with it when I got up, but my eyes kept drifting back to that crack like a magnet. Something moved behind it. Not the door, something inside. The crack darkened like a shadow leaned closer, and then a face appeared, low and sideways, as if someone was peering through from a crouch. I didn't see details at first, just the suggestion of skin and a mouth that was too wide, stretching into a grin that looked painful to hold. I tried to inhale sharply. I tried to jerk my arm. I tried to make a sound. Nothing. The face stayed there, perfectly still, like it was waiting for me to understand what I was looking at. Then, in the quiet of my room, I heard a noise. It wasn't a voice, not exactly. It was a rhythmic sound, repeating at a steady pace, like something mechanical trying to imitate something living. A wet, clicking whir. Every few seconds it came again, and each time it sounded closer, even though the face never moved. My eyes watered from not blinking. My heart hammered so hard I could feel it in my throat, but my body stayed pinned, as if the mattress had grown hands and decided I didn't get to leave. The sound grew louder until it felt like it was inside my skull. The grin widened just a little, as if it enjoyed the way my fear made the room smaller. Then the closet door shut. Not slammed, not kicked, just shut, smoothly, like someone pulled it closed with careful hands. The sound stopped instantly. Silence fell so fast it rang. A few seconds later, I could move again. My arms came back online, my legs, my voice. I sat up so hard my neck ached, and I threw my hand toward the closet, half expecting the door to fly open. It stayed shut. I got up and walked to it, not because I was brave, but because the alternative was lying back down and waiting for it to happen again. I grabbed the knob and yanked. Empty closet, hanging jackets, a laundry basket, a couple of shoe boxes. Nothing. I didn't sleep the rest of that night. I sat with my bedroom light on until sunrise, convincing myself it was stress, that my brain was misfiring, that the face was just a dream bleeding into waking. And for a while, that explanation worked. Until the second time. It happened weeks later, after things had calmed down. I'd gotten decent sleep, I'd stopped drinking so much coffee, I'd started feeling like a normal person again. That night I went to bed without anxiety, without thoughts chasing themselves. I woke up on my side, staring at my bedroom door. The strip of light under it was there again, and I couldn't move. I knew what it was this time.
I recognized the sensation instantly, the way your mind is clear but your muscles don't listen. I tried to stay calm. People say you're supposed to breathe, to focus on wiggling a toe, to wait it out. Then I heard it. Footsteps in the hallway. Slow, heavy steps stopping directly outside my door. The light under the door dimmed as if someone stood over it, blocking the hallway lamp. My chest went cold because I live alone. I wanted to tell myself it was a neighbor in the wrong apartment, or the building settling, or any of the 1,000 normal noises a house makes. But the steps didn't wander. They waited. Then my doorknob turned. Not rattled, turned. The door opened just a crack, exactly the way my closet had been. The strip of light widened into a thin wedge across my carpet, and someone leaned into the opening, careful not to let their whole body in. I couldn't see their face at first, just the outline of a head and shoulders against the brighter hallway. Too tall, too still. And then they shifted slightly, and that wedge of light caught their mouth. That same too wide grin. The sound came back, quiet at first. Click, whir, click, whir. Perfect rhythm, like a metronome made of teeth. My eyes burned, my throat tightened. I tried to force a scream out of my chest, but all I could manage was a shallow, silent gasp. The figure didn't come in. It didn't have to. It just stood there, grinning in the crack of my door, making that sound that crawled over my skin like static. Then, from the other side of the room, my phone lit up. A notification, a small blue glow on my nightstand. The light was weak, but it was enough to change the shadows, enough for the figure to hesitate. For the first time, the grin faltered. The clicking sound stuttered like it missed a beat. And then the door closed, softly, carefully, like it had never been touched. A moment later, my body unlocked. I surged upright so fast I nearly fell out of bed. I grabbed my phone with shaking hands, not even caring who it was. It wasn't a text. It was a calendar reminder I didn't remember setting. Appointment, tomorrow, 9 a.m. Under it, in plain letters, was the title, Closet Door. I stared at it until my eyes blurred. My fingers hovered over the screen, ready to delete it, to prove I was in control of something. Then another notification appeared, this time from my doorbell camera app. Motion detected. My heart dropped into my stomach. I tapped it so hard my hand hurt. The live feed loaded. It showed my hallway outside my apartment. Empty. No figure, no grin, no shadow blocking the light. Just the familiar narrow corridor and the stillness of 2:47 a.m. Then, on the audio track, faint but unmistakable, I heard it. Click, whir, click, whir. Not coming from the hallway, coming from inside my apartment. I turned my head slowly, as if moving too fast might make it real. My closet door was open wider now, just enough to see the black gap behind my hanging clothes. And from that darkness, a face leaned out, sideways and patient, wearing that grin like it had practiced it for years. The sound repeated louder each time, and I realized with a kind of sick certainty that it wasn't getting closer. It was syncing up, matching my breathing. Click, whir. Inhale. Click, whir. Exhale. My hand shook so badly I almost dropped my phone. I scrambled for the light switch beside my bed, slapped at the wall until my fingers found it, and flicked it on. Bright light flooded the room. The closet was shut. My phone was dark. The notification history was gone, as if it had never existed. I stood there breathing hard, staring at my own reflection in the mirror across the room, waiting for my brain to catch up. My heart kept pounding like it was trying to warn me about something my eyes couldn't see. I didn't go back to sleep. I stayed awake until morning, every light on, every door shut, sitting on my bed with my back against the wall like it could protect me. At 8:58 a.m., my phone chimed again. A calendar reminder. Appointment, 9 a.m. Closet door. And when I looked up, the closet knob began to turn.